You waiting on Tommy, right?
All right, what's up? What up?
What up, bro? We waiting on Tom?
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming or not, but I did.
Max.
Yeah, but yeah. So we at the shop today. I ordered us just talking. He's like, if y'all did the podcast like that, it would come out a lot better. And I agree. Being ourselves, and it's more interesting than.
Speak up a little bit. Can you hear me good? Can you hear me pretty good?
Yeah, let me turn my mic up.
All right. Make sure I can be heard. Project my voice a little bit. Speak with some enunciation. You got a few minutes. And then we can go ahead and roll if you want to.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah, that's better.
All right.
Word.
Okay.
Yeah, I still got it. That's gonna be a nice little challenge for me as well.
What's that? Relaxing.
Being more myself on camera.
Yeah, I think it's gonna just take us some time to get used to it. That's how I think. Give me a little time to be all right. back. I did. Get out of here.
Well, what you think?
We can go ahead and get it going. We can get
Go
it
ahead and roll.
Yeah.
All right. Good evening, people. Glad y'all can join those who join. So tonight's build, we want to talk about our health and our purpose, right? And what is it to be healthy, right? Is it a mind, state of mind? Is it a physical thing? Is it both? Is it a spiritual thing? Is it all of those things? Right? So I'd like to start out by looking at how valuable is it to us? Is it something that we should, I guess, cherish or hold in like a sacred regard? Should we be loose with it? I mean, we tend to not care about it until something drastic happens, but you know, that's why I like to talk about it. I think it should be like forefront in a lot of things that we do in our day to day, you know. So some bullet points that I put down. We're gonna go over these things. Health. When do I have it? Optimize it. How often should I check it? What do I check for? Right? Is there a list of things that I should be checking for when I'm thinking of health, or just a couple? Right? And these are all things I want to kind of walk through, you know what I mean, tonight with my bros. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
So I guess starting out, I guess we should start out with like, what's the definition for health? Right?
Yeah.
So that I've got that I think is pretty applies is the ability to comprehend yourself in your environment spiritually, emotionally, nutritionally, structurally, and energetically. Right?
Uh-huh.
That's the definition I got. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I also like to give it a value, right? And so just to keep things on a simple, you know, we don't want to try to be too complex, but just to keep it simple, I'm gonna give health a value of 1, right? And everything else is 0.
Right.
That's how much health means to me. You know? And so like when I think of health, like I didn't really start thinking about health until here as of late. And I say as of late, 6, 7 years, 10 years. And here I am, mile high. You know what I mean? I'm at the mile high mark. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all know what that means, some of y'all don't. But I should have been on it long time ago. Truly. I should have been on my health kick before I was even on my who I am as far as running around in the neighborhood trying to earn a rep type. You know? But that's neither here nor there. We just kind of go through our life on some, you know, that ties me back to purpose. Our purpose is not where it should be. You know what I mean? It's placed outside of ourselves instead of based from within. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's where we kind of been getting off kilter, placing our values and our worth outside of ourselves and not even looking at how great we are, you know what I mean? And taking the time to figure ourselves out and how we work and allowing the rest of society to permeate from our place in society, not go and try to find a place to fit in, you know what I'm saying? And then get caught up in that, like keeping up with the Joneses type deal. And that's compromising your health if you don't understand your place, your purpose, and where you fit in and all of that. But trying to stay on point, to get back, health, definition, ability to comprehend yourself and your environment spiritually, emotionally, nutritionally, structurally, and energetically. I'm giving the value of 1, right? So looking at that, where are you, you know, health-wise with your spirit? How can you optimize that? Is it more rituals? Is it, you know, some sort of suffering or sacrifice? Like, you know, how do you obtain more spirituality? Right?
Right.
What does that walk like? Do you have to be like a monk and be secluded from something for so long? Do you got to fast for so many days? Like, how do we fit into that? You know?
Yeah. So I was looking up some while you was saying it because I remember we did the census the other day.
Yeah.
There's a sense of well-being, and that's defined as a. It's not just defined as the absence of disease or illness, but it's a complex combination of a person's physical, mental, emotional, and social health factors.
Mm.
It's strongly linked to happiness and life satisfaction. In short, well-being could be described as how you feel about yourself and your life. I think it's more than that, though. But you know, like you said, it's more than being like some of that stuff we read in the paper that earlier kind of touched on that.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely one aspect, definitely. Because then we can also like dissect that statement and go into it deeper, like you're saying. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And so we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. We can move into emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
How do you turn your emotions off? Do you use them as a safeguard? Do you operate from them essentially like from the forefront? If it's not a good feeling, you know what I mean? How do you enhance your emotional well-being? You know?
Yep.
I think we detach from that too because we allow it to be predicted from outside of us. Like whenever we come into a situation we unfamiliar with, we ask somebody else what they think first.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of going through it, you know what I mean, analyzing it as much as we can and finding out what we can for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll have something to compare to somebody else's. You know what I mean? We'll go without nothing. What you think? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll start processing. So I think that's kind of backwards.
Yeah, and also emotions uh, they affect your health because they weaken your immune system when you have poor emotional health. Poor emotional health affects the immune system.
Word. Hmm. Poor emotional health.
Yeah.
I would say an example of that is seeing the negative out of everything before you even uh, digest the whole situation. You immediately can pick out what's going to be negative.
Yeah.
Like
And negative attitudes and feelings. Uh, helplessness or hopelessness can create chronic stress, which is anxiety. You can get anxiety from that. That anxiety and stress hit that body.
Word.
High blood pressure, risk of heart disease, keep you kind of like a little overweight.
Word. Let me take a hot pause, fam.
All right.
All right, bro. I'm back.
Word.
Yeah. Had to handle something real quick. And so now, in our effort to regain our health, consciousness, spirituality, and emotional health, there should be a step-by-step process, right? And we
Yep.
detach from it. I would definitely say we detach from it because this shouldn't be a new conversation for us. This should be something we should already been kind of been dibbling and dabbling with, you know? But it's fresh for a lot of us to be talking about health. Like if we was to get into the body, right? How many of us can talk about how many systems that we got?
Yeah. Most of us thinking if we go to the gym, put some muscles on us, you know, that's health. That's what health is. You know what I mean? So we have a misunderstanding of health, and we're not getting a good example. We didn't learn it in school. We learned a little bit how the body works, but we didn't learn the complexities of the body and functions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And most of those lessons came from trial and error. When you got to go to gym, you got to, kind of see what your limits were, so to speak, you know. But yeah, there's no formal education about it. And I think that's part of the remember how we was building on if a person is aware of what your senses are and how to master them, they can keep you under their thumb, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's part of what's going on by keeping us numb to how to operate from our health, from a healthy standpoint, versus just going to punch a clock or, just running to get that piece of paper that says you certified, or, you know what I'm saying? We get on that hamster wheel and we lose sight of our health. The goals change. We become like batteries, you know what I'm saying, for someone else's gain.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So what's one of the ways that we can change that? You know what I mean? Because yeah, like how can we introduce that into to people who ain't really checking for it? You know what I mean?
I would say we'll have to tie into um, ensnaring their senses through a purpose. And an example of that, let me see. We know drastic measures get people attention fast, like gunshots, explosions going off. So what could be drastic like that, but not detrimental, like it's gonna hurt somebody, right? That could grab your attention. That's a good one.
Yeah, because I don't know, man. I think it's just me throwing it out there. Like everybody's health is different. and what they need in order to become something is different. I think it's best that, like, for me, that you only help people that ask for the help, because generally people don't want to be helped.
Yeah,
How do you,
we egotistical.
how do you tell a person who has, like, let's say, mental illness? How do you share with them how to, when they believe that everything they're doing is healthy and right? How do you share with them that they have a mental illness, one, without them having shown any emotional illness because you said something?
I would say that would be a pretty meticulous walk, but I would say it would surround the bill from yesterday, love and patience and correction. If you be the leading example of it, right,
Mm-hmm.
and show through your behavior how there can be a difference. I think that's one way you can start to get through, because they'll see that you're not there for no malicious intent or trying to take advantage of them. Because I think some of that is going to be like that person's going to draw up, from different levels of abuse, be it verbal, maybe not physical, but in different intents. And so I think there'll be some reluctancy there at first. But if you're the example and you're leading by your behavior, you know what I mean, and you showing patience, I think that's one way.
Yeah. So okay, so I was thinking too, like, where do a lot of the dis-ease come from, and what are some of the things that affect our mental and emotional health? And I would say it goes to, like, to genetics. Like, saying, remember when I was saying, like, you don't know what a person comes with. They may come with something that means they have to live a life that they have to work through. And then family history and childhood experiences, let alone if you throw in, like, violence and any type of poverty, you know, and discrimination or anything like that, that can affect, especially if you're a child dealing with.
Yeah, you had to come up through adoption or something like that.
Yeah, like that affects the actual like programming of your body to deal with certain issues early. Like, it'll create certain dis-ease, not disease, but dis-ease in the mind and in the emotions that affect your health down the line.
Yeah. Your psyche and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we talking about mental, you know, we talking about mental, we talking about health, and it could be many different things.
Agreed.
So that's, I'm just throwing this all out there to say, well, like, how do we, like, for someone that wants to know how to deal with their own, you got to look at who you are, what you are, the family you come from, and your childhood experiences, and be honest with yourself, and starting to solve those problems. Like, for me, I was a fat kid, I was a chubby kid. You got your background noise is crazy.
Go ahead.
And I was a chubby kid, and that affected me heavy. You know what I'm saying? I had low self-esteem. Um, I couldn't work out and hang out with the other kids till I started playing football. When I started playing football, I slimmed down, and it changed my perspective on things. I had a little bit more fun. I could relax a little bit more mentally. Um, but I had some trying times as a child that created that fat kid. You know what I'm saying? I had some things that came before I became a kid when I was a baby that traumatized me. And that show played itself out in my health. Like, I had asthma real bad, to the point where I almost died one time. I had problems with my knees to where if they would bend a certain way, they would pop. And when they pop, I'll be crippled. I couldn't walk for a minute, you know what I'm saying, until, like, they snap back into place. Um Yeah. So, and when I look at my childhood, it was because I had went through some traumatic situations that caused my body to react to that emotional imbalance and that mental imbalance and the environmental problems that I had, in the place I was living and who I was living with, family. You know what I mean? And so when I changed, that changed, and I got around different people because I got adopted. My health got better. You know what I'm saying? When I got in school, I got around other people, that were watching me. I started to want to lose weight and work out. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like helped being around people to push me to be better than I was. You know what I mean? And yeah, so that was, that's just some factors, though. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, that's high intelligence though, because like that's part of it too. The whole peer pressure thing. That becomes a factor of your health too, because your purpose. We're not in most cases when we're adolescents coming up, we're not connected to our purpose. Our purpose is outside of ourselves. It's what others think of us. It's how well we accepted by others type. You know, am I able to make friends? Can I move about in a social environment without being bullied type? You know what I'm saying? That's like the initial look at health, because it's like I ain't worried about if I got a cold because I ain't sniffling and I ain't shivering and I don't got a fever. So I'm healthy right now. It's how my peers are accepting me. It's, do I have the latest trend fashion of clothes, or are my parents picking me up in such and such type of vehicle? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we don't contribute none of that to our health. We just figure, oh, we in a bad spot, or we attribute it to something outside of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you know what I mean? Our outlook, you know what I'm saying? Us perpetuating what we perpetuating and what we agreeing to is why we in certain valleys that we in. And that's another thing I want to get into, the different laws that affect us that we are unaware of, like the laws of attraction and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Affects our health too, because of our subconscious. There's a subconscious health too. The conscious and the unconscious, and you will things to yourself through your unconscious or subconscious mind, and you don't even know it. And
Yeah.
part of that's tied into what you agree to, if you get my drift.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Or I need to my background noise still off the chain.
No, it's better. It's better now.
Or
No, I was just thinking about what you said, how the laws of the universe can affect our health. And
yeah,
I can see that too,
yeah,
because all of these things is like what we were talking about. Like, if you don't know, somebody else know, they can take advantage of you. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
they can take advantage of you if you don't know about. Let me see what some of these crazy laws are. The law of correspondence, the law of inspired action.
So it's like the karmic laws too.
Yeah, the law of rhythm, which is right, man. The universal law of gender.
Gender,
Gender.
like male, female.
Gender. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I never heard of that law.
Hey, man, it's my first time too. That's why I said, let me go on and see what they talking about. Yeah, how do these laws? Let me look this up, man. I want to know more about it, man.
Yeah, we definitely need to do a build on those too, because they tie in. They have a place too.
They definitely have a place in our health. All right, let's see what it say. The law of gender is a universal law that exists throughout all nature. It states that everything has its masculine and feminine quality, and that everything has a gestation period.
The station. What's that last part?
Gestation. Gestation.
Destination.
No, GES.
Oh, gestation.
Gestation.
I get you. I get you. And that to me is something because there's I think it's a frog, a fish, and a lizard. They can all reassign their gender whenever they need to. So I always thought that was interesting. Like, word, you can just switch. Like if you sense that y'all on the brink of about to be annihilated, you can go ahead and switch your gender so you can further the species.
That's just a high level of understanding your body and how to command it. You know what I mean?
That's
We
I
are born
always thought that
from,
was interesting.
we are born from male and female,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's the next level right there.
They say we was a single cell organism at first before the more sophisticated DNA was introduced. Then that's what created the cell division. It made us kind of dependent upon one another. You had the male and the female.
Hmm.
What they say, I really don't know.
The law of rhythm.
Yeah, like I thought you either had it or you didn't.
Yeah, that one's different. Let's see what it say.
Yeah, that's interesting too. Like that's a law. Like
The law of rhythm states everything on Earth has a cycle it follows. A cycle it
yeah,
follows. Also,
okay,
we have a sense of rhythm, timing, because that's what it is.
yeah.
Stop time. Everything that goes one way must come back the opposite way. And then the process repeats itself endlessly. One, like the tide of the ocean comes in and out. Everything has an ebb and flow. Hmm.
See that?
That's interesting. The law of perpetual mutate mutation of energy.
Means it's always changing form.
So it's always becoming.
Hmm. I like that.
So like I told you, man, they just taking the priestly knowledge, man, and turning it and monetizing it,
Keeping us away from
keeping us away from it. And which is our natural order is to understand these things because every every being on the planet comes with those these orders. The law of cause and effect. See, people manipulating us with that.
cause and effect. So that means for every reaction, there's an action, or for every action, there's a reaction.
Right.
So, what's the cause for us to check into our health? Is it our purpose? Should we check it just every now and then?
So make it clear how our health and our purpose, like how does our health and our purpose have an intertwined connection?
How does our health intertwine with our purpose? How they work hand in hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're healthy, it means you have an understanding of where you fit in your environment. Once you know where you fit in your environment, you can move in a fashion to where you'll how can I say it? You can't give purpose to your purpose, but you can damn stump myself. So okay, I guess to say to have health is to say you know in your environment what is required to move, be energetic, right? Nutrition, uh sustenance, some type of water or energy from I guess you would say fruits or vegetables, since we're trying to eat right. And then knowing that enables you to move towards your purpose, being preservation as one of your purposes, uh trying to establish what your legacy would be could be part of your purpose. But I'm still working on getting all this straightened out myself. It ain't like I got it all mastered, but I'm trying though.
So I was thinking about that earlier, and like, if our purpose is to become, you know what I'm saying, to continuously become
Yeah,
and ensure that the rest of existence becomes, and find my place within it. Um, if I'm not healthy, and how can I see that clear if I don't have a healthy state of emotional being, health, physical being, spiritual being? Because I'm not even fitting in what nature says I'm supposed to be, because I'm at a dis-ease. Like, what was that one list of things
yeah,
that,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
right. Where do I fit in the list, right?
Yeah, because what was that list that you had?
The from health to death list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the 8 stages of health continuum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it up. Might see it though.
Be a little bit closer. A little bit further. You too close now. All right. Yep. So you got health, wellness, balance, survival, disease, illness, dis disease, illness, disease, death. Right.
Right,
So if you're
right,
fitting your purpose, meaning you're not fitting in within the time, you're not fitting in within existence itself, you start to lose your health. You get out of balance. Once you get out of balance, you're just in survival mode. You're trying to figure out. It's kind of like you having something, you're losing your balance, and you're trying to catch yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. I know it's kind of, maybe I'm not being clear, but
I think it's pretty clear. I think it's just unfamiliar.
yeah, because I noticed, like say for instance, I'm using myself when I eat a lot of junk and I'm not working out. It's like I don't feel good. That's when I'm at I'm eating to survive. I'm not eating for, like, I'm eating for pleasure. I'm not even eating to survive. I'm eating
Right.
for pleasure, which
You live in the eat instead of eating the live.
and then I'm not doing no exercise. Then I start feeling tight, cranky, and that's when the dis-ease comes in. I'm not at ease with myself and my surroundings. And then right after you get to that point, if you don't take care of yourself, illness will come. That's why sometimes we have the sniffles, or we'll have constipation or diarrhea, or we'll have other little ailments that come.
Sweats, cold sweats.
Cold sweats, or that night sweats that'll warn you that your body is ill. giving you a chance to change it. And when you don't pay attention to that, what nature's telling you, because nature is telling you all of
Nature's
it,
your best friend.
it gives you a disease. Then once you get the disease and don't make the change, it take you out. You're not fitting in what nature needs you to fit in order for nature to become.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's from when I say all nature. That's dealing with the energetic forces of
Being
Bayu,
healthy.
Bayu Ali and Yenu. You know,
Yeah.
the energy coming from underneath and above. And how do you fit within that? You know, when you don't fit right, you gotta go. So that right there lets me know that my purpose is to fit within nature and to become.
Aha. There you go.
Saying to fit
Yeah.
into nature and become, not fit into the nature of your community, but fit into nature of existence.
And well-being and health. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Once you do fit into that, like for instance, I may have something that comes with me through birth that I have to clean up. And until I clean up, I'm at a disease. You know what I'm saying? And not a disease, but I'm at a disease. If I clean that up, I can get past. I can start to understand that life is more about getting past just doing what it needs to do to survive. Just doing the bare minimum. That's what surviving means to me. Just doing the bare minimum.
Just enough to make it to the next breath.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Or
Then
cycle. Yeah.
so I'm just trying to walk my way back up and seeing my purpose with being balanced. You know what I'm saying? Being equally balanced, not just having my balance, but I think balance is a sense too. But to be balanced in my hormones, where I don't get too emotional about situations because that imbalance of emotions is, we know that logic and the emotions, we know that emotions don't think,
Right.
right? So that means if I'm being emotional, I'm not thinking, so I'm out of balance.
You're not in the moment.
Right, and I can't, to be in the moment, you got to be alert and attentive, and that means that I'm present with nature itself. But being emotional, man, you go into your own artificial world. I think emotions are AIs, AI characteristics of the body. It's just a pre-programmed response, the cause of the law of cause and effect. I think that's what emotions are. You understand what I'm saying?
You said emotions are part of the law of cause and effect.
Yeah, because you see something and that can make you sad. You see something that can make you happy. So the cause of what happened makes you the effect is something that happened is the cause. The way you feel about it is the effect. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that. I
It's like
think it kind of detaches you from your true happiness if you're outside of yourself like that.
what do you mean?
Because now, like, if your purpose, right, is to help on the becoming, and you see those things happening, you know that you can't help everybody, of course, but that's part of it. Everybody's gonna have a moment they got to meet their maker, so to speak. So depending on how that transpired, it might not be such a bad thing because the divine has a way of balancing things out. Like, you may have to have a traumatic experience for the balance to come. If the experience is not traumatic enough, the balance may not come.
I agree. Well, I'm speaking more of the misplacement of emotion. Like, if somebody goes out for the weekend, they have fun. So they had fun and they was happy. And then they try to recreate that experience over and over until
Uh,
until nature hits you with the fact that you've been neglecting yourself in this area or overindulging, and then hit you with now you got the sadness and all the other stuff that comes with it. So you have to understand using. I see what you're saying. What if the emotion is there for you to have a lesson. Yes, I agree. But those are correctly placed emotions. But when we are like um the way guys date girls, right? When they don't have good intentions, they really play to their emotions. The cause is they take them out, they do whatever it is to keep her feeling a certain way. That's the cause. The effect is how she reacts to what he's doing. You see how that's a misuse of it, and it's
Yeah.
emotional feeling that's being played upon. So I would say that's how I'm seeing that. But at the same time, you neglect something, you're not on the square, and effective you're not. That's the cause, and effective is what the outcome is of you not doing what you're supposed to do. I can see that too. So yeah,
Yeah, because it hurts to become it. It makes it longer, right?
right.
Yeah, I see that too. So yeah, I like how you clean that up, bro. Thanks for helping me with that.
Yeah, hey man, just
Oh,
thank you for letting me see that there's another. It's a dynamic. I can't. We sometimes we have a tendency to see what we see and forget that there's other angles that are there. You know what I mean?
word, word.
I'm not the absolute.
And like we always say, steel sharpen steel.
Yeah,
We tend to get to having friction, right? Steel sharpening steel.
yeah,
One of the deals too. That's that friction at work right there.
yeah. And that's one another thing too is how actually is good for you to have some challenges, some friction. But it done in a way that's definitely gonna like we were just saying sharpen you. And some people can't handle that. You know what I mean? My thing is like, what is it about a person that won't allow them to handle conflict? And we're dealing with mental illness at that point because um,
Right. That's
nar-
what I was gonna say.
yeah, a narcissistic person don't like you challenging them. You know what I mean? Because like my son asked me, how does someone become a narcissist or a psychopath or a sociopath? When does that happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go back to what I just read about the emotion, how emotions can affect you. Emotional health can affect you. You could be born with that genetically. You could have a family that nurtured you into it through your childhood. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I, I
Yeah.
personally, I personally think that those diseases of mental illness are something similar to that. You could be born with it, or your family cultivates you into that as a child, or your environment cultivates you. Then it may not even be your direct family. It may be the absence of your one of your parents that can create other people in the family to give you more energy than necessary and allow you to get away with things, and you become to develop with that sense of,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Pampering you, yeah.
Yeah. Or
Coddling you.
yeah,
When you a grown ass, whatever, man or woman, and you still getting coddled, yeah, you
and
may
it,
decide not to deal with reality. 'Cause
yeah.
that,
But also look at, you might be thinking, since you treat it that way, everything you do is right, and nobody's there to challenge you. So you grow up believing, everything you say is right. Like even a person who spends a long time alone, they have a tendency to be right about everything because they're the only one there to. There's no one there to challenge them.
yeah, like a only
And
child type deal.
yeah, and so when
Mhm.
you're getting older, you developed a certain sense of I know what I know. I'm aware of myself, but you really just could be far from the truth.
Yeah,
You know, but
that's it. That's
go ahead.
again, we not, we detach from our health.
Hmm.
It's not even a topic of discussion.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to be on long tonight. I got a long day tomorrow. Let's
Yeah, I
start.
do too. I gotta My first yoga class in the morning.
Your first what?
Yoga class.
Get out of here with Block.
Yeah.
Oh, word. You going to the studio?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
So yeah, we gonna do that. Then I got a break job, and then I gotta get ready for treatment.
What time is your yoga class?
9.
9 o'clock. That's what
Yeah.
he do full time now.
Huh?
Is that what he do full time now?
I'm not sure. I know he do it Thursday. I think he do it Thursday through Saturday now.
That's good.
It was just Friday and Sunday at first. Now I think it's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Oh man, that's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That way we can pick this up, gather some more information because this is a good topic, and I don't think this is a never ending topic actually.
Yeah, it comes with it. It's a part of everything because we ain't even really got deep into it. We still, to me, on the surface.
Yeah, we just playing around with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy just popped in. We about to pop out.
Max, what's up? You made it. Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just about time for the break. You came right on time.
Okay. That's what's up.
What's good, man?
I'm gonna have to tune in and catch what I missed, man.
Yeah, we kind of had a bill from earlier. We just broadcasted it. That's all this time.
Okay.
Yeah, we realizing that this is a deep subject, so we're gonna definitely need to revisit it several times because
Mhm.
more like we just uncovered just to catch you up on some of the stuff, like the 12 laws of the universe
Uh-oh.
and how that affects our health. So I'm gonna give you some of them so you can see how I fall in line with the senses a little bit, right?
All right. 12 laws. 12 universal laws.
Yeah, the 12 universal laws. It says the law of divine oneness, the law of vibration, the law of correspondence, the law of attraction, the law of inspired action. That's deep right there. Inspired.
Inspired actions.
Yeah, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, the law of cause and effect, the law of compensation, the law of relativity, the law of polarity, the law of rhythm, and check this one out, the law of gender.
Ooh.
Gender, bro.
Mm.
I never heard of them joints. I heard of like maybe one or two of them, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll say half of them. But wow.
I haven't heard of
I haven't heard of the law of gender.
I haven't heard of that.
I'll do the short route. I'll give you the ones I heard of. Attraction, cause and effect. You said cause and effect?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I've been spit that out. What I say? Attraction, cause and effect, and maybe one or two more. That's it.
Yeah.
Where you catch those at?
We just was, how we get to building, and
Right.
I started looking. B said something about the law of attraction. So I was like, well, how many laws are there of life? And I just wanted to know, and I typed in something that came up. What are the 12 universal laws? I was like, well, let me see that what it is. Sometimes I just let stuff go off of,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay, that's dope. So, discovery, huh?
Yeah, right off the top.
Yeah. Wow. Law of gender. That's heavy.
So that one right there is how we use that as a way to defend ourselves against the alternative genders. That's not a universal law. That's not a natural law.
That's a universal law.
Huh?
It's not a natural law, it's a universal.
No, I'm saying it's to alternate the alternative genders are not of nature or the 12 universal laws. It's
I
not,
see. I see.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's how we can just sit on that. Like, man, that ain't you just
Right.
make it
Y'all
AI.
fantasy.
Yeah, that's
Go,
an AI gender. You know what I'm saying?
go
Yeah,
back,
that's
please.
yeah.
And that was one thing we were saying too. A lot of us is on some AI. We ain't on no for real tapping into what our health is and how it works and how to optimize it. We are outside of ourselves.
Man, you know what I used to say about universal law, and I said it a lot. Universal law is God law. And you can break yourself up against it, but you're not gonna break it.
You know, universal law is natural law.
That's what I'm saying. It's
You know what I'm saying? It's nature's laws of
it's God law. It's not.
yeah.
It's unbreakable. You can break yourself up against it, but you can't break it
It is self-correct.
all day.
all day. Leave it, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's always becoming too.
Yeah.
That's what nature do. So we are actually expressions of nature.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take that note myself, man. I need to write them down. I need that.
You know what I'm saying? We expressions of nature itself. And so there it is, B. If nature's auto-correcting, right? Didn't we just say that self-correcting?
Yeah.
Isn't that our purpose to self-correct?
Yeah.
So it's like that's real. We was talking about that yesterday with dealing with love,
Yeah.
correction, and patience. Nature is patient. You can do whatever you want to in nature, but when you get done, it just turns around and corrects shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's deep, bro.
Yeah. It
That's deep,
speaks life.
Yeah, that's pretty profound right there.
man.
Because then now let's attach everything to it like we're gonna eventually do it. The laws of vibration, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be beautiful when we make that walk and we connect everything to it. Cause it's like already there. We just need to figure out how it all connects.
Yeah.
Vibrations with health, the vibrations with our purpose, all of those things.
Man, you see?
Hmm.
You see? That's
Yeah.
we stumbled upon something. Then by understanding vibrations, you're looking at the divine oneness, the law of divine oneness, and how everything is somehow an expression of the one nature. You know what I'm saying? Nature is that one thing that we all are part of and connected to. We can, damn, this will help us understanding these things and can eliminate distractions. Help us navigate through our telepathy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because we understand that vibration. Oh, we-
Yeah. That ties into that acupuncture.
Yeah.
If you numb and you don't know it, you don't know what you vibrating on, what stimulates you, you know what I mean, or what else could stimulate you. Like you already in your bag about what's your go-to stimulator, right?
Yep. Yep.
Some people it's food, some people it's adrenaline rush, some
Yep.
all different, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
If you numb and you never been totally opened up, so to speak, you don't know how deep or how high your vibrations can go and what your stimulatory ceiling is. There's a lot to
Yeah, and so
Yeah. Your
I see,
threshold.
I
Your
see that
threshold.
because you're looking at you if you're numb, right? You're overstimulated in one area and you're numb in another area. You can miss your whole purpose,
Yeah, go right ahead.
your whole connection to like understanding the body and what it's telling you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
tune you into and tune out the rest.
That's
Yep.
one of the reasons why I quit
The
smoking.
flesh.
You
Say
know,
that part.
excuse me, that's one of the reasons why I quit smoking, because I'm just hyper stimulated in one area that didn't give my brain a chance to like to deal with the other aspects of me. I'm not saying that smoking is wrong. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that
I'll say it. It's
I
not
was,
good for us.
huh?
For us to smoke.
You said what now?
It's not good for us to smoke.
Yeah.
It's worse in like a tincture or a tea. But when we put fire to it, it changes the molecules. And once you change the molecules, you beginning to kill brain cells.
Damn.
You know, I'm like you too. I love my tree. You know what I mean? I love my flower, but gotta stop burning it. You know what I'm saying? You can put it in a tincture or a tea or like a edible.
Yeah.
Don't put fire to it.
So
We on health, and since we speaking of health, a lot of our food we're not really supposed to put much fire to it.
Yeah.
Do we get it from nature with fire?
No.
How nature give it to us? Nature give it to us ready to go. You might have to let it sit for a day or so, get a little bit riper, but nature give it to us ready to go. All you gotta do is peel the skin or bust the coconut or pick the berry. You know what I'm saying? If we put fire to it, we'll be able to create fire like a dragon or something. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Or if we were supposed to eat meat, we'll be long so we could run and chase our food down. You can't do none of that.
True that.
You don't got canine teeth for real to chew through.
Yeah. I've been. Yeah, that's another one. I
mean, you know, just keeping it simple, basic, practical, tactical. You know what I'm saying? Come on, people. Let's for real look at it. I mean, and then look at the state of health we in.
Yeah.
Hospitals is banging.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they buying islands and come on, man.
Yeah.
We need our health back.
You know, I was studying with Dr. Jewel Pookrum, and she said when you smoke the tree, it swells the cells and it slow down the flow of the blood because in the brain, because everything swells and it doesn't move as fast. That's the reason why people kind of slow down because it slowed down the fluid flow in the mind.
The fluid flow and the remember I was telling you about the dendrines. The cylinders that's firing.
Yeah.
They
right
on the end of them. And it's almost like, think about your spark plugs when they've been changed. And you know how they still firing, but it's not a strong fire because all that carbon build up on them.
Yeah.
With those nerve receptors in the brain, they get that film on them, and that firing up is not like it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You got to clear that brain fog and all that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense, man. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
man.
You know what I was drawing off of? You know, pain, the purpose of pain. I'm sure y'all went over that, right?
We ain't even got to it.
You can go ahead though, because we
started
off on like 1 or 2 subjects, and we just started adding so much stuff to it. So it's
that's
like
how it go. That's how it always go, man. That's the beauty of
the
word. Man, yeah, the purpose of pain. You know, we have, I don't know about you, but we go through what you might call levels of mental anguish. And that I think that fits. That absolutely fits into it. A mental anguish. Like you might deeply regret something stress you out, or you know, to where you lose sleep over it, or just go through being stressed out. You know what I mean? That's a good one. We say we stressed out.
Yeah.
Mental anguish. That's mental pain.
That's a good one right there. Mental anguish.
Mental anguish.
And I probably give me an example of mental anguish.
Oh man.
Like Anticipation of something waiting to happen.
Definitely that. Or how about how about you in a tight spot, you know, bills, you know what I mean? You don't even know how you gonna come up with this bill money, or something like that. Or
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
support, that'll stress you out. We all been there, right?
Yep. So mental anguish, to help, with the definition, is the mental suffering which include fright, feelings of distress, anxiety, depression, grief, and or psychosomatic physical symptoms. So yeah, I can see that because maybe let's I'm gonna use myself as an example. Like maybe them times when I slept with a chick that I didn't really want to, I just was doing it just because of the environment said that you should bust them down. And then after I bust them down, I'm like, ugh, I hate I even did that.
Yeah.
And that's the suffering of that. That's yeah, I can see that.
I've been so
Yeah.
upset before on a couple occasions. Like I had a physical sensation of, I felt like my chest was on fire, and that like I was expecting some smoke to come out of my mouth or something because my chest was that hot. You know what I'm saying? It was that hot where I just like, man, am I getting ready to spontaneously combust or something? I started going to see if actual smoke was gonna come out of my mouth. It's been a long
Wow, B.
There you go.
Yeah. So I was just drawing off of that. I was just thinking about that, is definitely being tying into that pain and the purpose of pain.
So now the purpose of it was to get you back on purpose,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep.
What if you don't know what your purpose is?
It's gonna be you're gonna go through it for a while.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through it. And then you usually do until you get some kind of foothold, some kind of idea where you like, okay, this might be my path to relief right here. You know what I'm saying? Or this might be, help me my situation out. So until you
So what I want to add to that is most of the time, well, I can't say most of the time, but I can say in some situations, I think that mental anguish, it kind of lingers on until you see a better example of how to do it.
Yeah.
It's just like it's another one that's not talked about.
Right. And it's another thing I noticed too, that I figured out, and it helped me with my mental health actually, because I suffer clinical depression and anxiety and all of that, and was told that I need to be on meds and all that, and I refused, and I'm glad I did, because I knew I didn't need it. I didn't want it. I didn't want to be dependent on, chemicals and whatnot for that type of stuff. It made me feel, it just seemed like that was something that for me personally, I didn't need. I believe in myself enough to be able to overcome that, and so a lesson I got out of that was that it's always um it's always every difficulty comes relief, basically. I went back to the text with it. Always there's all that you always have the answer, or you have what you need at your disposal or at at arm's length, or it's on the way. You know what I mean? And then maybe sometimes, well, not always, it's always a growing experience or a learning experience. But we don't always get the lesson. And when we don't, we find ourselves back in that same fix, experiencing that same.
And what I was going to add to that is, if you look at the list, remember the list earlier, we talked about health, wellness, balance, survival, dis-ease, illness, disease, and death, right?
Yep.
So basically, it's like we have a problem trying to balance, get back in balance, because we don't know what that look like for real. We just know go, 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 get, you know what I'm saying? Not take time out to, like you said, meditate, look at where am I at with everything, we're fitting into all of this.
Yeah.
We don't take that time until we like pass out or drastic happens,
Yeah. And it's what you ingest affects that heavily. And that's one thing we don't take into consideration. We just don't care, just whatever tastes good. Come on with it. It tastes good. It's tasty.
We're emotionally compromised because we do everything that feels good.
Everything that feels good. It's all about the feel good. Yeah. No doubt. Except how about the gym rats? You know what I'm saying? I see them all the time because I go to the gym.
That could be an excess too.
We work out, and that don't always feel good.
That's what I say. That could be an excess too, because you putting your body through the rigorous training, you keeping the routine,
so you can have these big muscles and look good. So you can
still be health deficient.
Part of it.
Yeah, you can have all that and still be health deficient in some areas.
Absolutely, we are.
Yeah.
I'm in pretty good physical shape, but I know that I don't have optimum health, man.
That's funny. We talked about that same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's real.
Yeah, I believe
that was part of the first question. What is it to be healthy? Like,
yeah, exactly.
What is your? Is it mental health? Is it physical?
All of the above.
Right.
And you can't be you can't really consider yourself fully healthy if you don't have all of those things lined up. You got you strong as an ox, but your mental health shot.
But your awareness of yourself is right.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah. I agree.
You got you got different levels of health, man. Even physical health, just physical health. We could just use physical health, for example.
Now you see how we got stuck.
Yeah, just physical, just on the physical. There's different aspects and elements to physical because you have different body system, body parts, organs. So everything could be perfectly healthy, and then this one thing over here ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, either you're gonna tune it up or it's gonna spread to the rest of the body, cause disease.
Yeah.
Everywhere else, or wherever else is prevalent.
Yeah. It'll be an illness first. Then if you don't correct the illness, it turns into a disease.
Yeah.
Then, you know what I mean? We wanna dial it back.
Yeah.
Get back to where we're not just trying to survive. We got some balance going on, and hopefully we can get that balance to where it leads to more wellness and optimum health again.
Absolutely.
Front end, not the back end.
Yeah, no doubt. Now I'm absolutely considering the mental health aspect of it you know, like I said in the beginning a minute ago about you know, the mental anguish and stuff like that. So that mental health, is more you know, it's not more like everything is it's delicate. You know what I'm saying? It's very sensitive, you know. It's especially because
In because you can't really have one without the other, kind
yeah,
of.
yeah,
They
absolutely.
all have a unique place or a unique role that they play, right? And
Yeah,
so that's where us on our becoming, learning more and more as much as we can day to day, situation by situation, about our health and how to
hmm
optimize it and maintain balance. It,
hmm
you know, that's where the cookie crumbles, where it all falls. Because
yeah,
if you don't know about these things, then it's easily to become mentally anguished. It's easily to become physically incapable. It's easily to become spiritually dead because you don't have a sense of who you are. Your awareness is low because you're not knowing the greatness that you come from. Also, the superiorness of your vessel, what it can do. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
A lot
absolutely.
of us don't know how superior we are. I mean,
Shortchange ourselves.
talks about it and displays it. You know, like the Wolverine type of deal. That's nothing but an exaggeration of us, in a sense. We can
Absolutely.
our stuff and we'll heal.
Yeah. We
Even
done
if
been through it.
you eat
Me and
to the
Fly
bone,
talking.
you'll heal. You might not be able to grow another hand, but I was told that at one time you could grow back different appendages, like maybe a toe or a finger. I don't know about a whole hand, you know, or an arm, but
Why not, man?
who knows? You know, who knows?
Yeah, I'm just a believer.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too. Now that I've
all
been through what I've been through, when my body started doing stuff that I didn't call for, I had to stop and pay attention. Like, dang, hold up, I didn't ask for that. You did that on your own. Whoa,
yeah.
I thought I was the one in control. You know what I'm saying? But nah, my body was like, yeah, we trying to live, son. We got
hmm
we want to be and things we want to
Yeah.
do.
You were in control.
I had to stop and pay attention and get on kilter. Like, yo, I need to pay attention and know more about my 11 systems of my body and how they work.
Yep.
For
No
real.
doubt. No doubt. And that and I was looking at the list, right? When and we was talking about um different you know, uh wisdom or health and with different areas. You'll remember when I tell you this, the very last one is what got me because it was like, how is your health when you argue? You know what I mean? And that just I just stared at that one. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, yeah, that's the one. That's mine right there. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm a yeller, man. When I yell, I mean, when I argue, you know, you know what I mean? I get uh you see my voice, you know, I have a baritone voice, man. My voice can boom, man. And when I get excited, the more, you know, I tend to my voice elevates with my excitement, you know what I mean, at times, especially in an argument, man. And I don't even like that. You hear me? I don't like it. You know, I like to be cool, like Marty Bird, you know, or y'all, or y'all too, you know what I'm saying? Y'all my cool models, man. You know what I'm saying? B, I never seen you. If I seen you get upset, it was once, and I don't remember. You know what I'm saying?
Word, man. That's God given, man.
Yeah,
I learned how to be healthy in that arena. Long
yeah,
time. 'Cause, I mean, I really don't care to be emotionally distraught.
yeah,
I feel I'm compromised when you got me in that position. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I don't like that. So I try to stay as calm as I can because I know I black out.
Oh man, oh my
And
goodness.
man,
Oh
knowing my
my,
family's history, bro, man, a lot of people, man, I ain't even gonna say it, but yeah, man, I try to stay away from that.
yeah. I know all about that, man.
And so what you were speaking to earlier is how are you in these different environments? Like, how are you in this? How is your health? Let me get right to it. How is your health when you're in a state of abundance and peace,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
just kind of thinking on that is like, I probably would be in a bad, healthy state when it's a lot of abundance and peace going around. Because if it's abundance, I mean, I'm getting some for later. I'm getting some for now. I'm probably gonna eat one while I'm on the way. I'm gonna drink some and get an extra drink to take with me. I'm probably blowing my health.
yeah, yeah,
Then you think about it. Well, how's your health in the Holocaust or in times where where it's tight, it's
yeah,
family? Your health will probably be good, probably be up because you like, yo, it might not be healthy, it might be poison. Is it enough for everybody to get seconds? You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
totally different. So
Totally
that's
different.
I think that's pretty interesting to look at how you operate in those different environments, what your health will
Not,
be.
you definitely not focused on feeling good.
Definitely.
You definitely
You're trying to get to a place where you can have some feeling.
where you can have some peace. You can just have some, you know, uh
That's a feeling.
some safety. That'll be you feel good at that time. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
like level, yeah.
And so that's tapping into knowing how you work. Once again, keeping yourself balanced in these
Yeah,
different environments.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It could be an easy task if you know about it, but if you don't know about it, it could be a little bit more of a task.
no doubt.
And some people adjust well under pressure. Some don't.
Absolutely. And
You know?
me too. Like I've been under different types of pressure, and some would be like some would consider an insane amount of pressure, and feel like home. You know what I mean? And then it'd be different type of pressure, and I'll be uh, ready to pull my hair out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Wonder.
I think that ties into our each of our genius too, sense of genius.
Well, I would say that, and I would also say it taps in one of those laws again, laws of what you agree to, agreements. Because
Okay.
Tommy Max that you are today is not the same Tommy Max 10 years ago, or maybe
Tommy Max 10 years ago.
you see what I mean. Your
Yeah,
agreement change.
yeah,
Things you do today you wouldn't agree to yesterday, or
absolutely.
they totally different. So you got that working, and you got your subconscious working, because you make manifest things all the time in your subconscious.
Absolutely.
You're attracting those things to you without you even knowing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And you wonder why you're going through what you're going through. A lot of times it's because you're attracting it to you. Why you keep running into the same type of jobs? Why you keep meeting the same type of women or men? I mean, where are you going to meet these people? Where are you going to look for these jobs?
yeah,
What are you doing different? All of these things apply.
yeah, no doubt.
We
I'm
dismiss it
figuring
so
it out. I've been figuring that out here lately, man. I really have.
fast. Straight
But
up.
Yeah, so this is helping me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Word,
Like
me too.
having these bills, man, they been helping me, man, because I be, give me stuff to practice, man, to put into practice. Because
Word.
that's another thing too, man. Let me see, it might be a law, but it's like a formula, man. You have to become aware of something, right? Um, I learned that anything you want to be, any way you want to be, anything you want to be, you just have to put it in. You have to start practicing.
Yeah.
You have to start putting. You have to practice. You have to put it into practice, and then get better and gain momentum.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't used to do well at communication. Not saying I'm the best now, but I'm definitely
You see, that's
super good. You know what I mean?
what's up.
And that was a conscious effort. I recognize it, like, man, I want to be better on that area. So I start putting it into practice. And then from then to now, and I'm still practicing, I'm still getting better. And it's been over a decade.
Yeah.
Of from between now and the time when I made that conscious decision right there. So it's not, and that's another thing too. The quick fix, gotta let that go. Yeah, because life doesn't move at that speed all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not. Yeah, we don't have light switch mechanisms in our minds. You know what I'm saying? To control behaviors and mannerisms, and natural dispositions. You know what I'm saying? These things,
Right.
yeah, the natural. It's natural to go through the processes. That's a natural process. That repetition. You know what I'm saying? We call it psychology.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen that book. I need to read that mug.
Yeah, we need, I just table that real quick because
Yeah. Word,
no,
word.
one thing at a time, man. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
But,
One step at a time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I recognize that, man. Definitely recognize that. And that's a key. That's something key that's key and important and clutch, and it relates to what we're talking about now, because we can definitely apply that to health on whatever level. You know what I mean?
And like what you're speaking to, getting back to doing these different rituals, that's what's keeping us locked into this old system.
Mm-hmm.
All the rituals that's being practiced. You got so many perpetuating, like the music that we listen to. We bombarded with it so much that it's hard for us to break the spell. To the point where we don't even think we under a spell. We feel like this is just who I am. I like this type of music. No,
Man.
you haven't even been exposed to nothing else but this.
Man, so conditioning.
A little R&B, but there's so much other music out there that we missing that helps bring up vibrations.
Yeah.
You know, music. I mean, just different sounds will help you start to see and think clear immediately.
Right. Bro, yeah. No, for lot, no, I don't miss a lot of music.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'll tell them how I be on that music, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, music, depending on where you vibrating at, it got us lost. It got us distracted.
Yeah, yeah,
Real talk. Real
yeah.
talk. Real talk, man.
And
That's
You know,
like Falah put me up on the sirens back in the day. I was like, what sirens? What?
yeah, I remember he laced me
Yeah,
too.
about the 3 sirens, and I was like, word,
3
man.
sirens. You're not talking about like the women types.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, man, that was he laced me. That was like 20 years ago, man, when he put me
yeah,
up on
bro.
that.
that's
Yeah,
the
well,
5 type. It's 5 types.
5 types, yeah.
Yeah, the Cersei, the
Sirens,
Siren,
Xerxes,
Calypso, the
uh,
Eve, and the
Lip,
Mother.
yeah.
Yeah.
word.
Okay.
But then you know what else that remind me of, bro? You remember the lesson we had on the knower, and the knowing, or the knower, or something like that?
Yeah, the knower, knowing, and the known.
The known.
The
Yeah.
knower, knowing, and the known.
Yeah, it's kind of like the um it's kind of like the Trinity.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's kind of like the Trinity. Let's say
yeah,
the Kemetic Trinity, uh
Yeah, yeah,
Ra, Emin, Ta. You know what I'm saying? Ra was the first one to come into existence and brought in the other gods, and then you had Emin and you have Ta. You know, and no, you have the known, the knower. I don't, man. I'm mixed up on. Let me think for a second. But
yeah. We'll have to get into it, man, because all
it
that.
sounds
with the health.
like you said
It
dealing with what?
it deals with health. Matter of fact, B, while we talking about it, it was from the Veda literature that I had got that.
Yeah,
The knowing, the knower, and the known. Because you know, the Ra was the known, Ra was the of the known existence, but then Emin comes and that's the one that knows the knower of its existence, and Ptah is the one that's like take the things that both gods created from what was known already and created existence itself. And that's just the way the body formulates itself. The consciousness knows it starts to formulate itself from what. Yeah, I don't want to go into that right now, but yeah, we can build on that. That's on the next one when we
yeah.
come
We'll tie it in because
study the Veda.
it has a place.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
That sound just let me throw this real quick just to see if just to test my theory. You said the knower, the known, and the what? Knowing. Okay, the knower, knowing, and the known. Right. So if there was some information that I knew, I would be the knower of the information, and the information itself will be the known.
Oh, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll have to get the book and look at
Okay.
it and make sure that I'm saying it right
Okay.
because
All right.
I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. That's what's up. I'll table that. But I want to know. I want to yeah, I definitely want to I want to smell that one time.
See, there it is, right there. You want to know. Once you know, you're the knower. Once you
Yeah.
know, it's known. You're the known. So it goes
Yeah.
knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Ra, Im, and Ta. So you
Mm,
know that. Thank you for saying that. But you said I want to know. So that means you want to come into. You want to become into what knowing that is about. Once you know it, you are the knower.
mm-hmm.
And then once
Okay.
you're able to manipulate what you know, it's known. Known, knower, known. That's it.
Hmm.
You have me remember it.
Yeah, that's hella interesting right there.
Yeah, it's a lot of lessons, man. It's a lot of lessons, a lot of walks. All rightfully so, because it's going to snap us out of this vibration that we in, and that's what's needed.
Yeah.
Get our thoughts back to where we align with our thoughts, and our thoughts are vibrating from what we emanating and make manifesting in our subconscious. But right now, it's for me, it's not every day. It's hit and miss. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working on that.
I don't think none of us got that down yet, man. But we definitely just being conscious of it and having that will to do. Inspired action. I think the law of inspired action. I want to look in. Yeah, I definitely want to touch that. But inspired action.
Yeah, I want a little bit more insight on that too, because
Yeah,
that sounds interesting.
I'm just off the top of my head, and I don't know. I
You
don't
can
know.
be inspired.
I'm just connecting into.
It don't have to be an action, but the picture can inspire you to perform an action.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm interested in knowing more about that one myself.
Yeah. And I'll be thinking like, it's just like saying, it's just like I tell people that if there's something that you want, whatever it is that you want to do, like a profession or something like that, then just start being that. Start being that. Think about what that looks like. What are you gonna look like once you become that person? Once you reach that, what's that gonna look like for you? What are you gonna look like?
Right.
If you know, you do that right now. You start doing that right now.
Yeah.
You start acting in that capacity. You start
Walking
learning. You start learning and teaching yourself in that capacity. You know what I'm saying? And that's the formula. And the momentum will carry you higher and higher into that. And before you know it, you and that's becoming, you know what I'm saying? That has a lot to do with becoming and taking control of that, of your becoming. You know what I'm saying?
through your behavior. Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, I've been telling youngsters that, man. I start saying that this year, man. I kind of put that together myself.
Yeah. Your behavior definitely got to coincide with your thoughts.
Yeah.
You can't say one thing and do another and expect to make manifest. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Or
Long
expect
walk.
anybody to take you serious.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think the catch up part is like what you're saying. After you've walked in those shoes, and now you convinced yourself that you are that. That's when nature catches up with you.
But
The
yeah.
With you and
Yeah.
starts to reward you for that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's You just start acting as if. You act as if. You find a model first of all.
That's
Model or mentor or whatever. It don't even have to be a mentor, just a model.
That's one of the laws of attraction right there.
Yeah, you can nowadays, we got these computers and this social media, man. You could just follow somebody. They could be your mentor, don't even know it. You just following them.
Yeah.
But you see him, but you have a model though. You know what I mean?
You watching them with a detailed eye, yeah. Yeah.
So we getting powerful, man. We dealing with these laws right here. Knowing is one thing. That's great. And when you get to the wisdom, you get to the application of this stuff, oh boy. Then once you start to understand what you get out of the application of the knowledge, just go up from there.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Now you about to transcend time.
Yeah.
Get some summers back. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get back about 15 summers. And it's only gonna happen one way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only gonna happen one way. And that's me, a good steward. Being a good steward not only applies to tilling the land, it also applies to your health, your mental, your physical, all of that.
Yeah.
I am.
And I absolutely don't want to wait until I become ill or disease or my health gets bad before I start being concerned about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm into the prevention of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I started. Yeah, I've been listening to older people for a while, man, telling me, you know, get your exercise and eat right. And my mom said me, get your rest, get your rest. I'm still working on that, but
Go
I
get
am.
rest. Yeah.
I get way more rest than I used to. I used to just, if I get 4 hours, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying?
That's not good rest, bro.
Yeah, that's terrible.
It could be depending on your I guess your genetic setup, but you need at least 6.
Man, yeah.
A good 6.
Yeah.
I'd be happy if I did 6.
Get past
6 is in the pocket, I think.
REM 4.
Yeah,
I get
but
like 3, 4.
You got
I
to
think
if you're not past that, if you don't get to what's called
REM.
Yeah, REM.
you got to get past REM. If you're only getting the REM, you're not getting good sleep.
Oh man, how long is that? I just got to where I couldn't even sleep 8 hours. I
can't sleep 8 hours.
I couldn't even sleep 8 hours. I couldn't do it. I could sleep 6, 7.
Yeah, that's the genetic makeup, bro. Ain't nothing wrong.
I can't even sleep 6, 7 hours. I got a headache.
You should be able to get a good 5, bro.
I'll go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed with y'all after this at 12. I'll be up at 3, 4 in the morning, wide awake, sitting up on the side of my bed, like, what the fuck?
Well, that's because you trained that way. You've been doing that for over probably 20 some years, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to. That's like we was talking earlier, the cycles and the rhythms. That's one of the laws of rhythm.
Yeah. Every now and then I can sleep 6, 7 hours.
You locked into that rhythm right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you had to go all the way back to where that's balanced at in your health. That would be. But just us going through the breakdown of our health and looking at, these different laws that apply to our health, we know the law of rhythm is one because like our sleep, circadian rhythm. You got a circadian.
Oh, check this out. Just and this is just a little weird thing that I just thought about. I used to work nights. I worked nights for a few years. And I had a thing that I just started started doing it like for a while. If any of you ever worked graveyard, you hit a wall. It's like a wall sometimes. It'd be hard to handle, you tired. Like, okay, so I would do this thing, man, and I did it like at will. I did it at will. I would be super tired. I'm ready to pass out. I would go in the restroom and I would sit on the toilet and I would pass out for 5 minutes. No more, no less. 5 minutes. And when I woke up, it was like I took a 2-hour nap. And I did it like at will. At will. I don't even know how I did it anymore because I can't do it now.
That's what I do at the shop.
I'm not gonna say I can't do it now, but I don't remember how I did it.
I'll do that at the shop sometimes.
I don't even know how I did it. I don't even know how I did it, man. But I knew I could do it. And I would go, I would be like, all right, I'm about to go take this bathroom break. I'll be right back. And then boom, get my 5 minutes and I'm bouncing the rest of the night. Like, yeah, let's go.
So the thing would be to look at what is going on when the body feels sleepy. Is it just the circadian rhythm that you in? Nah, we know it got to do with different serotonin levels. It got to do with the level of oxygen you depleted throughout the day. You know what I mean? A rhythm, on a particular type of rhythm. And what you was able to do, obviously, is tap into one of them levels. You can tap out and tap back.
I did this for like this. I did it for at least a year, man.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure you was what, between 18 and 25?
No, sir. No, sir. This was within the last 5 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Because after we as males reach age 27, we don't produce in great abundance. Keyword is great abundance. We still produce, but just not in as much abundance as we was before we was 27.
Mm-hmm.
Different enzymes needed for us to maintain high hormone level. So we start to compromise our hormone levels, start to compromise everything else. Energy levels, focus, drive, like it's a cascade of things. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta, I want to know, man. I want to know what that was about, man, because that was something to me, but at the same time, it wasn't. You know what I mean? It was like it was nothing for me, and I knew I could do it. I knew I was gonna do it. I'm gonna go like, okay, it's nap time, and I go get my 5 minutes. I never set an alarm. I never. You know what I mean? I never worried about. I never.
Coming up as a youth, do you remember having to take naps?
Yeah, I remember taking naps, but nothing like that.
I'm just wondering if that might have played a role.
Maybe, I don't even know, man.
It'll be just like a month.
Rhythmic people. What'd you say?
It could be just sleeping like a month.
Yeah,
Okay,
had to be.
Just enough.
But I'm telling you though, that's the tricky part. It was always 5 minutes. Never, nothing more, nothing less. And now, I knew with beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm tired. I'm getting ready to go in here and pass out. I'm not gonna oversleep. I'm a nod. 5 minutes, I'm gonna be up.
You know, it could just be pure will.
I'm gonna block you.
I guess.
Because Fallah tell you, like, bro, when I was going through my early stages of my kidney deal, my G was seeing me going through it. He was like, man, I ain't never seen nobody just fight a pass out. Nigga, you were supposed to pass out a couple times, but you just fought through it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. He's like, yeah, bro, I don't know how you did it, but you didn't pass out. I was like, yeah, I don't know how I did it either.
Look, I'm different.
It had to be like pure will or something like that.
When I'm not feeling good, I'll sleep 6 to 7 hours. But I'll do it in increments. 3-4 hours, wake up, and then go back to sleep 3-4 hours. Then go get up for a few hours, then I'll sleep a couple of hours. And then by the time I wake up in the day, it's like whatever was bothering me got repaired and within those few hours of sleep. I got to that point now. So if I do sleep, it's because I'm not feeling well. But if I'm not
what great grandma used to tell us when we had problems, what she used to tell us, go on in there and lay down, baby.
Yeah, lay down, get some rest.
Yeah. Go in there and lay down. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
You don't realize how come on, let's think about it. We're talking about health. The body wants to repair itself.
Yeah, that's why it makes you drowsy.
Every day, it's when you sleep, that's what it's doing. It's repairing. But if you're getting that good sleep, you shortchanging yourself on your maintenance. You know what I'm saying? So, but then for some people, it's not shortchanged because their rhythm. You know what I mean? People's rhythm is different. Everybody move, metabolisms is faster, some is slower. I mean, you know, then you got these different blood types. And we know blood types is supposed to predict what your diet is. You know what I mean? But we're not operating from that. We eating what we like. What tastes good to us, not what's good for us. You know what I mean? And in return, we numb. We numb from the bottom of our feet to the top of our heads. You know? So that's where we at. We resetting all of that.
No doubt. So yeah, man, I'm excited about all this, man. I feel like I'm in school again. freshman. I'm a freshman.
Yeah, we the narrators now. You know what I'm saying? We running the syllabus now.
Tuning. Yeah. Tuning. And diet is super important. Diet is super important.
Yeah. Just like one time
audience.
I was talking about, if you look at nature, lions don't eat every day. Certain animals don't eat every day. Elephants would travel 200 kilometers to get some fresh grass, bro. I mean, look at that. They'll like, nah, bro, I can't eat this. We got to go over here. 14 this way.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might take us 2 days to get there, but when we get there, we can eat to our hearts, our bellies content.
I swear, man, I just got to where I'm like that kind of now. Like yesterday, I was hungry, but at lunchtime, I like eating salads for lunch. I was just like seeing food, like, man, I'm hungry, but I got to have that salad, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to eat nothing, salad or nothing. And then I don't even know if I ate, lunch. Might have skipped it, But I refused. Like somewhere in my mind, I have, my mind was just made up.
Yeah, you gotta take a stand.
Yeah, I didn't have a desire for nothing but.
That been me. Every time I get a salad, I gotta make sure it's romaine. It's got a little bit of value jumping off. I can't just wasting my time eating.
Yeah.
Damn mouth.
That's all I ate today was salad in the morning and a salad for lunch.
That's dope.
Yeah, but I need it, bro. I kind of, I'll be getting fed like 3 meals a day, and
I already know.
I
know. Ain't missing no meals over there.
Yeah,
I
know Macau probably happy right now, ain't he?
Man, he's the one that got me focusing on like watching my diet, because he'll be like, nah, I'm good, I don't want nothing. He won't eat. You know what I'm saying? And I got to the point where it used to be where I could not eat and be happy, but now I was like, man, 2 hours go by, I'm ready to eat again, and it's starting to mess with my mind, man.
But when you eat veggies and salad, that stuff burns up fast. It's not heavy. And I got that from Dr. Sebi, actually. Fruit for breakfast, salad for lunch. I got that from Dr. Sebi, man. I've been rocking like that. I've been rocking like that now for about 2 years, man.
I'm eating good. You hear me? Good. That's just going back to what health is. The idea of how I'm eating. Some people be like, "Are you eating good?" But I'm getting chunky. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. It's not really. It's like I said. Like sometimes I have to pass out for 6-7 hours because I'm eating so much. Sometimes I can't even sleep because my body's like, "You got too much in. Wake up right now and get rid of something." And I'm up at 3 in the morning, sitting on the crapper. I'm up for 2-3 hours, and then I lay down for 30 minutes and got to pop right up and go to work. So like, it's not right. It's not right.
So have you ever based your diet off your blood type?
I don't even know my blood type. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you that I do what I do know about my body type is I can't do catfish, crab, or shrimp or alcohol. And I can't really even do sugar. But
I'm allergic to catfish too.
If I eliminate those, my health just goes.
Yeah, I stopped eating catfish when Falai introduced me to the comedic.
Yeah, the catfish eat penis. You know what I'm saying?
The bottom feed.
Yeah, they eat all the bottoms.
Yeah, the crustaceans are like that too, man. Your shrimp and your crab like that too, and the lobster.
Yeah.
I gotta raise my vibration. I can't, you are what you eat.
Yeah.
Trip on this. Whatever you eat turns into you. You turn lettuce into a human, or you turning catfish into a human. The
Huh.
pieces you don't want of it, you poop out. But some of those things you turn into your body. It takes them in and ingests them, and it stay in there, and it becomes you.
Yeah.
So I have to,
And
yeah.
yeah, then depending on what your gut flora is like, you
Mhm.
even in more putting yourself in worse shape because we know that fish has that lining that our digestive can't break down. So the digestive process don't start in the stomach like it's supposed to. It starts in the large intestine. And when that happens, that's when you get indigestion, heartburn, all of that stuff is a result of the digestive process starting late. So then you turn around and eat some rice with your fish, which is
Uh,
what we like to do a lot of times.
uh,
Now you just set a bomb off in there.
man, I don't even like rice no more.
Yeah,
I,
nah.
Man,
I had to cancel the rice. I used to love rice too, but then I learned
right.
that rice ain't
it's
what
slow.
it's
It's
cracked
slow.
up to
It
be.
slow it down too much. Man, that slows it
I
down.
used wild rice. That's
Yeah,
it.
wild rice, but not nothing white, no starch right.
Mm.
Oh,
I normally would eat it with quinoa because that quinoa give you that extra push.
that extra oxygen. Yeah.
That's good
Yeah,
protein too. Quinoa is good protein
it,
source.
it
Yeah.
has it has all the vitamins the body needs in
I
quinoa.
rock with that protein. And speaking of, man, quinoa, you can that quinoa lasts. That quinoa, you could I got quinoa in the cabinet right now. They've been there long time.
You can microgreen quinoa and get a boost of nutrition too. Matter of fact, you can microgreen any type of seed or bean, and the microgreens for 10. They have like every nutrition that the plant or whatever the seed has is in the microgreens. You can eat that too. So like if ever push come to shove, we got just stack up on beans. You can have bean sprouts and microgreens, every seed there is. And if you mess with and let the microgreens grow in the springtime, they turn into all the food you need for the summer. So there's no reason for us to have a shortage of food.
Hmm.
And that's what, this is a good bill because remember B, when we were gonna start the second part of our classes, you one of the things you had to do is you had to grow some food, then you had to create a dish using
From the
just
food in your garden.
that you grew. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Damn.
So I think we need to get back on that because I've been kind of practicing it for a few years. I got it down to a science now. And I can help each person. You don't need a backyard. You can use pots. You can do a raised garden. You can make all that shit. Like I made my raised garden, so you can make that, and you can grow enough food just to support that idea of knowing what it's like to grow something. And I think that's the type of thing we should set up for each person that's going to be a part of the next study group. That we should look at starting that up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a pretty dope idea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm definitely with it.
Yep.
I need to, if like I said, if I want to recapture some of these summers, I can't do what I've been doing.
Yep.
That's insanity right there.
That's what I looked at too,
I've
bro.
been doing expecting a different outcome. Yeah, that's insanity.
Yep.
So if I want to do it, I got to be about it. You know what I mean? And so putting this syllabus together, I'm really looking forward to getting this syllabus together, bro, because I'm gonna start practicing every day. Like I said, my first yoga class is in the morning, so I'm starting out by trying to change right now. Start right where I'm at, and just start doing it.
You doing you going to divine wellness
Yeah,
yoga class? Yeah.
yeah.
So,
So, like we said, we got to be the example, right? Patience and correction. We got to be the example of that first, so it can start to permeate out. And
Mhm.
operating on that, permeating that, how strong that's going to be, it's going to attract.
we already are. We already are for real, B.
Yeah, I mean, I'm picking up the slack. I'm coming third.
I'm saying that from bearing witness to it. Firsthand knowledge. I observed that in each one of us, even myself.
Yeah, straight
So
up.
yeah,
Yeah, I've been a bum lately. I work out, but I ain't been stretching, so I feel it.
Man, bro, I've been slacking all week, man, all week, and partly, I know, like last night we was up till midnight on here, and
I used to be on there till midnight on here.
and then I got done. I had to read something and check something out real quick first, man. Yeah,
But you know, they say this too that when the body is in at a certain health, it doesn't need much sleep. If the
yeah,
body
no doubt. I
is
heard that too.
if it's so some cats get when they getting that right, they eating right. When you eating right and you're living right, you don't need much sleep, so you can get more accomplished in the times that you're awake. And that's one of my problems. I wake up at 4 in the morning, but I won't. I'll sit back and watch videos or something. And when I really should be focusing on the studies, building, and something that's going to be beneficial, I will probably be a lot further in my my financial cultivation as well as my health cultivation. But and just having this conversation right now, y'all making me feel some type of way. And like I gotta really just my a matter of fact, my clock is set for 4:30. Even if I don't wake up, I wake up anyway to look around the house. So I'm gonna start getting up and busting out me 30 minutes worth of yoga. Probably help me get back to sleep for another hour or so.
Right.
6 o'clock now. And what I do is I get up at 6 and go do 30 minutes on the stairs. You know what I'm saying? I walk up, do my little stair run, and then come back. And even though it's not a lot, I figured out how to powerhouse the workouts where I get a sweat. You know what I'm saying? Once I do that, I come home, then I flush my body, shower, go to work. And I start doing that since Tommy started working because he get up all the time to work out. And I would prefer to start my day off with moving that blood around and clean it because it gets sedentary at night. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna get up and do something, I'm gonna get up and do it, and I can tell a difference because I'm like I don't know if y'all can see, but the boys get chunky, like a little trap, and
Yeah,
so starting to fill out. But now I gotta chisel it down by eating.
we believe you.
I
said we believe you, bro.
Man, I gotta do it, man. I gotta
Yeah.
do it. So y'all,
Hey, I do like, and then I'm saying, like I'm saying about not working out. I work out. I just might go in there and do my little warm up workout and leave. I did that yesterday morning. No, I just did my
So
little.
that brings me back to this question: how often should we self-check?
Every day,
every day,
every single
Twice a
day.
day, even?
huh?
Yeah,
You go to bed?
as much
Like,
as possible. No limit, no
All
limit on it.
day.
okay. Next question.
Okay, hold on. Before you go to the next question, that takes me back to the lesson of meditation. When do we meditate?
You beat me, damn it.
But see, me and BJ have a different perspective of meditation. You can build on it with us because we say that you meditate in B
All the time.
all the time. Everything's a meditation. And so when you get to the point where you wake up, you're meditating just because you woke up. You in thought. You do your yoga. You're working out. You go to work. You're cutting hair. You're doing whatever your job is. It's always a meditation, and that takes us back to having the three type of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Where you are actually the observer of you're the known, which is the observer of the knower and the
You're trying to know.
Yeah, you're observing that with a totally different consciousness, and so that takes you back to meditating, and meditate being the balance of between the seen and unseen world. You're in the unseen world, constantly watching you in the seen world go through life and live life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to add.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, word.
I didn't see
so
that
the next question after that one would be, what am I self-checking? Like, am I checking my blood pressure? Am I checking my oxygen levels? Am I checking my skin, my integumentary, see how that's doing? Like, you know what I mean? I think
It's up.
that's something that should be kind of spoken to a little bit as well, because once again, we're talking about health, something that's not talked about a lot.
You know what I would say to add to what you're saying, B? That's
Yeah.
where it becomes having sensory awareness of the senses. Because all our senses are designed to monitor all that stuff that you're talking about, but we just don't
So,
have the science of how to do it. Like
I tell you,
what does it feel like to when the hormones are at complete balance? What does homeostasis feel like?
Right.
What does it feel like to feel your blood flowing through your body properly? And when it starts to have something backed up, you know what I mean? What does that feel like? We don't have that concept of knowing. Like when you get too much of something and not enough of something, what does it feel like internal? Can we take our mind's eye and go into the area that have problems and observe it? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's just everything we talking about, which is so crazy, is if we was to take a step back and really somebody did the knowledge on what we're saying, you know, and really studied it like within their own, they'd be like, these niggas is on some different shit because we're not surface level. We're going up under the skin. We're going into the
absolutely,
brain. We're dealing with
absolutely.
the functions of the body, but we're putting words to it. And that consciousness is not something that comes into this world often. You understand what I'm saying? The consciousness,
Yeah. That vibration ain't, yeah.
the conversations our inner bodies have with us is not something that comes into this world often because they try to distract us, which takes us off our purpose, because our purpose is to know thyself, and how you process the life around you with your senses. How about
That's
that?
dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that made me think about something, right? That meditation thing. I just took off with that. So if that works like that, it's just like basically whatever you focusing on, right?
Nah,
So
it's deeper than that.
Right. It's more to it. It's
no,
more.
well, I don't mean. Well, let me say whatever you thinking about, whatever you
It's deeper than that
okay.
because see, you thinking, right? And you're
Where I
doing.
was going, where I was going with that was I was thinking about uh just going off of what you said about meditation, right? Always meditate. If you have like a checklist, you have like a health checklist. And so you go through the checklist and you meditate on each point in the checklist, right?
Yeah.
That's
I'm walking with you.
No,
yeah.
no, it's like this. You
He
have
had he was about to tip into it, but he stopped.
No, he started talking. Let him
you
Yeah.
have
go.
a checklist, right? You have a checklist, and you're focusing on that checklist, right? But the real side of you that's meditating is what you are watching you make the list. You are observing you meditate. I mean, focusing on the list or not. That's the meditation part. That other side of you that
That's
can
going through the process of.
that can
Yeah.
observe you going through the process of what you're
Yeah.
just saying right now.
Yeah.
That
See,
sounds like inspired action.
nah, that's you taking your consciousness and separating it into three separate consciousness, and
Okay.
then one consciousness is doing the work. They're doing the actual meditation. One consciousness is the thought of doing the meditation. The other one is observing both of those and what they're doing. It doesn't involve itself in it. It doesn't involve itself like your physical is doing. It just says it watches you so you can analyze yourself later of what you was doing and thinking about. That third
Nigga,
part.
you crazy.
Think about it like after the moment's gone, and then you be like, man, I should have told him to grab me a soda too. See, that was yourself watching yourself in the moment. And then once you
Oh, So which
See?
one of yourselves is, hey, something told me?
Yeah,
That's
that's the idea,
all the time.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Now that's another consciousness of getting into how can we get into that mind and be
Yeah.
from there, because that one is the one that says, hey, you should try this or you should try that. You know what I'm saying? That's that first conscious, that's that little tiny voice we hear,
That first mind.
that first mind.
I call it the first mind anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good one for it, I say it's the ancestors, you know what I'm saying? And then now that I think about it, no, there's the meditation, then there's the whispering voices that of the ancestors giving you not words but notions. You see some
Glimpses. Yeah.
that's what it is. That's the ancestors to me. So, but then you got that side of you that's just meditating all the time, sitting over you like this, no, go over here, go no, think about that. Because you're already going through watching yourself doing what you're doing. And that's the mind watching the body. The body has its own consciousness. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we take it through the steps of repetition to get it under control, because it's going to do what it's going to do. It's going to heal. It's going to fart, shit, poop. It's going to be corrupt. So it has its own consciousness. It wants to feel.
Well, it's got its own self-correction application.
Yeah.
And that's what the body does. It tries to self-correct, but we so busy giving it the wrong everything,
overloading it,
self-correction off. But like Fallah is saying, if we go back and take our time to meditate, we can self-correct along with the self-correction that's already trying to happen within us.
Yep.
So you're turning it up.
Then you got your logical mind that only sees the world in black and white. And it's trying to control the colorful body. But then you have the all natural mind that is watching those two interact. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we trying to, like, even myself, I'm talking to myself, we have to get back to that. That's what doing the Zim and the ablution do. It takes you back to that mind. So that mind can observe you in its becoming and make the right choices from that area. You know what I'm saying? Like something KRS said too. KRS-One said, we do this right now, say your name without using your mouth. And if you say your name, what ears did you hear your name with? What voice did you say that name with? Where is that coming from? That's where that other you is at right now, all the time.
In your mind, I would say.
Nah.
Because we like to think our mind is here, but our mind is not here.
It's here.
That's where I'm just gonna say. That's where, like, when you said do it, I did it, and I could swear I heard it in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did it too.
I didn't hear it in here.
I did it too. But what I'm saying is, like, that place that the voice, where that voice came from, and that you heard in your head, we all hear it too, and we all are there at that same place. You see what I'm saying?
So it's a dimension.
It's something that would be a good word for it, a dimension. Which dimension it is, I'm not quite sure. It could be like, but we're all in that same place. You know what I'm saying? And we just like this is my theory, and I could be wrong. We're all in that same place, remote controlling these bodies. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. We're all in that same place. We're remote controlling these bodies, and we have some type of programmable, but it has a slight delay because of the retardation of the body and the mind are not working as one. So we have certain retardations of the message coming from us, the true us, where we're residing. Y'all following what I'm saying? So that's my theory. I could be wrong about that. I didn't hear that from nobody. I'm just saying that.
I'm gonna stick a pin in it and see what happens with the vibrations on it. So we have this ability to pull information out of thin air. You know, we tend to think that it's in our mind, but just think about it. Like when sometimes someone's trying to get, hey man, you remember that one time we was whatever. And at first you might be like, nah, I don't quite. What happened? Then they might go and say other few details that happened. Then it's that second or third detail, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, because such and such failed that day too.
Yeah.
That right there is not here. It's outside of it. It's like the Akashic records.
Mm-hmm.
It's stored in vibration. And when you call for it from your mind, when you look for it, you basically sending a signal out to find that vibration in the ether. And when someone says that right thing, bing, oh yeah, I remember. That was your brain connecting to that vibration and pulling it back down for you to process that day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I need to tap into that energy, man, because I be upset all the time. I done read so many books and I don't recall half of them, seem like, you know what I mean? I done read the whole library, but it seemed like
I would attribute that to level of brain fog.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, it's a lot of stuff I know that I ain't read a book on shit. But when I go and research it, it's right. And I think it's going back to what you said, B. It's like a matter of being able to tap into that record. And I think if anybody thinks it, you can figure it out. If somebody around you is thinking something and you really about dealing with that essence of yourself, you can read that energy.
You pick up vibration, definitely.
Yeah. And then once you do that, the body, the unknown forces of us that understand that language of vibration can disseminate that information and give you give you what you miss. And that's dealing with the clair senses, right? If we think about it, because the clair senses,
for someone to speak on it and you pull it out there.
Yeah. So it's clear audio. You can hear something that ain't nobody around, but you hear something. That's that's that voice that you're hearing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be my new mission. I want to clear that brain fog up, man, because that'll be dope. That'll be dope to be able.
And I got some brain fog myself. I need to clear up. I think mine's is a little bit more intense than yours, because after about 10 minutes of reading, I'm like, I ain't slept in 30 days. You know what I mean?
Brain process information.
Wow.
I just started my day a couple hours ago. Reading 4 paragraphs. I feel like, whew, I need to lay down.
Yeah, that's great.
Nothing but brain fog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be dope. It'll be
dope.
What?
Like the reason why I don't read that well is because I don't read a lot. And damn, I mean, sometimes I don't like. I could get books, right? And some books are really interesting and I want to read them, but most books I get them and I'm reading through it as if I know it already. I get bored with it. So when I don't know it, I'm like, B, when I don't know the information I'm reading, it makes me sleepy. And I realized that when I was studying at the Earth Center, that is when the brain is growing, because the brain is a muscle still, and it can still continue to grow. When the brain is being stimulated properly, it wants to rest after certain amount of time of stimulation. So that's where you get that sleepy, you get that yawny feeling, even when you're not tired. I'm saying, like, not right now. Like, when you're not tired, you yawning, and they would say, "Oh, you yawning, you got a headache." And when you really know it's good when you get a headache, you start getting headaches from reading because you're processing that information. The brain is overdriving and working, and then that's when you know that you're creating those
more folds in the brain.
In the brain, the brain is actually growing.
I go through stages. Like sometimes I'll do that, the sleepy. Sometimes I've gotten a headache, and then sometimes I just can't stop. Just can't stop. I can't stop. More. You know?
Information overload.
Yeah.
Junctions like that, that's when you need to have a pen and paper and write down that stuff.
Yeah. I've done that. Yeah, I've done that.
Okay.
Like, I got book notes. Like I got notebooks full of just notes from books.
That's what I was on when I got the 11.
I'm talking about like
11 systems of the
Right
body,
now.
bro,
Yeah.
I was like a bookworm, bro. I had all of that information.
Got a notebook right here, man. I'm Spanish. There's a lot of Spanish in here. Hebrew alphabet. I got that out of some book. Got that in here. Yeah, I write. Yeah, this notebook right here, man. This is all just notes, books, notes. I got arts, but so that's yeah. I'm just I have an idea in my mind that I want to work towards mastery. I guess to sum it up, that's what it is. That's just calling it what it is. I just thought of wording it like that, but that's what it is. You know, and that process, that's a process. That's not overnight. So it's a process. So I want to get started on that process, but the becoming conscious of, you know, what it all entails, that's just the first part of the process. So, but then after that, then you get into the then you start getting into the that's the knowledge. That's the knowledge. I'm on the first, you know, I'm doing the knowledge right now. And that's a process, you know, doing the knowledge. So it's like now I'm just doing the knowledge to the knowledge. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So I want to go I want to make this a conscious concerted effort. You know, everything we talking about. Clearing up the brain fog. You know, meditating on you know, different levels of health. All these things I want to start doing those things, man. Conscious.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm like 2 seconds from falling asleep. I'm over here playing with this box, stretching, doing everything in my power to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Or,
I'll be up in 3
I
hours.
had a power nap. That's why I got on late, man. I took a long blink. I thought I blinked. You ever do that? You think you blinking, but you I blinked for about an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, you look fresh though. You look like you ready to go.
Power nap, man. I got that power nap.
yeah.
I bet I still hit that bed and do it again though.
Right.
But you know,
Yeah,
I think we can come back on this subject and be a little bit more prepared with like information to share with
doubt.
people that'll come later, so they see that we ain't just on here talking. It's like
Yeah.
I noticed this, right? When you talk about stuff that is not in people's mind, they discredit you. When you talk about stuff that's not in their school of thought or the way they was taught, they discredit you until like I think I learned that when I was when I went on the PEEF, right? And dude fact checked me right then on the spot. And you know, that was because, you know, it wasn't in his mind or that group's mind to understand the type of evil that these people do to us. So he automatically went and checked and was like, "Oh shit, he's right," because it says it in Wikipedia. Now I hold credibility. So I think that, you know, I think sometimes we got to give them a way to not. I don't want to give people the information because then we enable them to do the work themselves. But I want to show them that most of the shit we're saying is not that we crazy. We just on some shit that's not in the realm of what they thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
Definitely. Because this is the conversation that's not had.
Most people don't know what happens. Yeah, most people don't know what happens to the blood when a child is born. Most people don't know what happens to the body when it's forming itself in the womb. you ask, this is a good example of that is if you ask a man what's the first thing that forms on a child in the womb or a woman, most of them won't be able to tell you. They won't be able to tell you it's the brain. Brain formulates itself, and then everything grows around the brain. So that is, let's say, logic is held in the brain, not held in the heart. So the first thing that comes into the body in existence in this world is the logic of how this world works. You see what I'm saying? So most people won't know that. And then like we go back to how do I know that? That I study nature. That's the model. That's my true model. If you want to have supreme knowledge of what's going on, don't study what somebody wrote in the book. That's AI information. Study what nature is going to do and show you. And I'm saying some of that stuff is in the books, but what it is you study the book and meditate on going back to our form of meditation that other book is what tells you, oh yeah, that ain't how it works. This is how it works. And then your own body will tell you that that is how I created myself. And that's the feminine aspect of our existence, and we need to learn to have a better relationship with her. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's a woman, she needs to have a better relationship with her mind. That's what keeps us balanced. You know what I'm saying? But then how do I prove that to them? Then show them how shit works. Every woman and man on the planet's brain formulated first. Then they formulate the body. You know what I'm saying? So that now we know why men come first. Women clean up behind it.
It's nature.
It's nature. That's the perfect
It's
model.
the law of gender.
And it's the perfect model. The universe and nature gives us the perfect. I didn't get it at first when I was in school and they were saying you got to have a perfect model. I'm like, well, who's the perfect model? What's the perfect model? The way the cellular world interacts is a good model of how we can interact with one another. They cooperate. You don't fit when you don't fit the purpose of the body gets rid of those cells. They become no good. They start to leave the body. That's why we shit and piss all the time. Because all that shit just in there, it's cells in there. And they don't belong. And the ones that stick around and they cause diseases is the ones that we forced to stay. You know what I'm saying? So that where I get that from. The way the body functions. The body is a supreme mechanism. It is a wondrous mechanism. It's
Yeah, buddy.
it's nice.
That's that.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, but well, I think I'm gonna have to go, man. I'm almost
Right.
I didn't start today, so I'm gonna we can pick this up in a couple of days. I want to take a few days off, and then
Yeah, do some retail, get some recon going.
yeah, and then study our videos to try to better our way of presenting things. Because my son keep banging on my head, man. Y'all should try this, man. Y'all should do that. He gonna put in the comment section L string, like losing string. I was like, you don't have to block your ass. You're going timeout for 5 minutes.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
Sunlight Vision.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know what? You're going into timeout real quick, but he's right. We do want to. We working on it though. I can say that we working on it. We working on it. But
Right, we got a model that we can draw from.
Yep. I told him though. I said we ain't trying to teach you little young tone ponies nothing. We talking to people from 29 to 30 and up. That's who we trying to reach. All you young cats, I just want to talk about some bullshit. So what's the best lie you got away with? Nigga, we got away with a whole bunch of lies. We done matched the line. We don't need to talk about that shit.
Yeah, we ain't perpetuating that, cuz.
Yeah, that's right. I ain't even on it, man. So
hey, but and I could be wrong, but I just still like playing with it, with ideas. But I think it's inspired action. We've been taking inspired action, man. And that entails and that bring about momentum. You know what I mean? That cause momentum. So it's just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't start out doing it right, but we just doing it.
Yeah,
it's inspired action, and then it's gonna,
it'll bubble into something
the
else.
other laws. You know what I mean?
We trim that later. That's what I'm saying.
It's magnetic. We pick up momentum. You know what I'm saying? Get
Yeah,
better at.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You know, it's my first time doing something like this, and I don't like speaking publicly, so I'm getting past the whole idea of that I'm in the public eye, and so
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
don't even have to. You don't have to think of that. Like if you got a problem with public speaking, you just dealing with
Yeah,
us.
but
You just
that's
focus
easier
on us.
said than done.
We're not public. We peers. You
That's
know what I'm
easier
saying?
said than done because my brain functions as I know that other people are going to see this. So, you know, I'm retarded. You got to let me work through my retardation and it's
Oh
on.
man,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I think I
retarded.
think I think Sandman style. I mean, what's that Rain Man style sometimes? I'm calculating so much shit that
Yeah,
it stops me from enjoying the moment. And
yeah,
that's where I
yeah.
learn to get relaxed into the whole situation. Because
Go with the moment.
with
I'm putting that into practice
with
myself.
what Makai did today was kind of dope. He just set the camera up and started recording us and didn't tell nobody and sent me the video. And then you know you could see us really interacting more natural. And so what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start bringing some of them conversations up, and we're gonna build on those conversations. That way we don't have to get no strikes for you know um you know what I'm trying to say. We don't get no strikes for copyrights or nothing because we just doing
Yeah.
we critique what happens in the shop. And since I got those two cameras, we'll be able to get real good footage. I figured out there's editing qualities on there. So like it came out looking a certain way, but then when I went through to edit it and, and shrink things up and move things around, I was like, oh, this is real clean and crispy. So we're just gonna start doing that, you know. And you know, if you ever get a chance, B, you might want to come down, maybe even set up and DJ a little bit. You don't have to bring all your equipment, but just come down, set up, so we can really have that feel. If you don't have nothing to do, you can have that real good.
Tomorrow first Friday too, man.
Tomorrow first Friday, that would be super dope. But
It's still a go.
he got a lot on his plate already.
Yeah, I got a little bit on my plate tomorrow. Like I said, I start my first yoga joint. Then I got a break job, start a job, which I'll probably only be able to do one of them. And then I got treatment. So
See if we can get Todd to come down there. That'd be sweet though. You know what I'm saying? Have Todd come down.
what you say?
Try to have Taha come down. But he be kind of too
Tomorrow or when I come?
tomorrow. Now you can come on a Saturday will be dope. You know what I'm saying?
It probably yeah, it could be dope. It'll
Or
be
on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
studio, y'all be closed anyway, so
What's that?
during the day anyway.
Yeah, like it could be during the day. You know what I'm
It would
saying?
have to be because we know we do studio at 7.
Yeah, we'd be done by 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all closed by then, so
Yep.
it'll have to be during the day.
And that way we can have the same conversation sitting in the shop in the chairs and having different camera angles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. That way we can really sit back, maybe get a couple of tracks from Todd to play as a soundtrack music, a couple of tracks from me, and you know, fill it up with soundtrack, and you know, we can we got the ability to edit it and you know do some good work with it, you know, why not?
Probably can switch the music too.
Yeah, but I want to get used to using our own music.
That's what I'm saying. You probably can switch it to where to play just a couple of songs instead of going through all randomly playing songs.
Yeah, definitely. Just like you know, having to play a couple of songs through the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We can do that because that's what I do on the videos. Like after this, when I'm gonna chop up 10 minutes, something like that, 10 minutes out of it, and then I'll throw a couple of tracks on it and have it playing in the background while we talk. You know what I'm saying? To add that little filler to it, you know. Because that's what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna do that on this one because we didn't get hardly any views on maybe 3 or 4 people because we went back to back. But that's okay because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get it to where you know people are tuning into us, and then next thing you know, we'll be on here every other day, and we have hundreds of people.
We ain't trying. We ain't trying.
We're doing it.
Yeah, you know, we just right now we just got a few. You know, we just got 10.
We're crawling right now. We'll be walking in a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
good, man.
standing up. Actually, we ain't even we sitting up right now like little kids.
Cool and rolling over.
Yeah,
That's all right. That's
so-
all right. That's the process. That's a natural process, man. We're
Word.
just going through processes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the later processes though, we gonna be Neo in the Matrix.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I want to get to the point where we can relax more, and then because what we have to say is very needed in our environment. We just got to be able to reach them to where reach people to where they want to tune into us, and we just don't nobody know about us. Like I don't know if you guys share this on your Instagram and on your Facebook, but like every show, share it and ask people to
Yeah,
share.
I gotta start doing every show, man. I ain't shared every show. I ain't gonna lie. And then I know when I do get on my campaign, man, we see results quicker than later, sooner than later.
Yeah, so if we all three doing it
on the campaign,
we need at least 1,000 subscribers. We get to 1,000 subscribers, that's when it starts to become monetized. You get to 10,000, 20,000 subscribers, that's when we getting, we all can see a nice check. You know what I'm saying? Nice residual.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But even though we ain't in it for the money, we just in it for
I was about to say that's what's up. I'll keep that's in my mind just because I heard it. But I'm gonna focus on my doing my due diligence, man, because that's the most important thing is that we exemplify these things that we speaking of. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning, I learned a lot from y'all since we started. And I'm getting into the application of the things myself. So I know that the more I focus on doing that, then that inspired action that's gonna gain the momentum, and it'll show in my energy output. All right, man. Let you get some rest.
Word.
Yeah, because I'm about to crash, y'all. Yeah, it's just cool though. We come back. Today's Sunday.
Today's Thursday, Friday.
Oh, today is Friday.
I'm thinking ahead, man. I'm saying we'll come back Sunday.
All right.
Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Yeah. Everybody be ready to
reflect.
What's that?
Give us some time to reflect.
Yeah. Maybe go back, watch a couple of episodes so we can study ourselves. Study ourselves, to come back.
Information.
Yep.
Study myself, study the information. Study myself, study the information.
Everything.
All of that. Yeah. Everything. Yeah.
All right, fellas. It was a good build.
My brothers.
Yes,
Salute.
Salute.
Yeah.